If we were at a webinar right now, I would ask, friends, raise your hand if you're afraid of selling. Every time you have to name your price, your heart starts pounding, your voice trembles, and you just want to offer a discount right away or even help the person for free. We know exactly what that's like. Believe me, you are absolutely not alone. I've been through this myself a long time ago, and almost every expert I work with, whether a coach or a designer, faces the same thing. What if I don't even have the right to charge money for this? What if they think I'm being pushy? And who am I anyway to charge $1,000 for a consultation or my product? Today, I want to break down this feeling and show you why. In reality, it's not a weakness, but a growth point for almost all of us, and how you can sell with confidence, without aggression, shame, or that inner conflict you know so well. My name is Maria Grinava. I've been in marketing for 11 years, worked in international companies, and then launched my own agency. Now, I'm living and working in America on a talent visa, studying American marketing from the inside, and I help experts and entrepreneurs build a systematic brand package. So this means you're positioning, so to speak, funnels, strategy, content, and sales using the best methods from America. By the way, tomorrow I'm heading to another training session. All right, let's get started. So why is it important to talk about imposter syndrome and the fear of selling at all? Because it's exactly this that most often prevents us as experts from earning more. It's not the competition, not the algorithms, not the price, but this internal feeling. I'm not knowledgeable enough. I'll be exposed. I can't ask for money for this. They're expecting something more, and I don't measure up. And as long as this is inside you, you can't sell properly, raise your prices, or promote yourself. You undervalue yourself. And this actually happens to a lot of people. And often you start taking on the wrong clients and then you just burn out. Let's break down what imposter syndrome is, where it comes from, and what to do about it if you're an expert, so to speak, and you're selling your knowledge. Well, first, understand that this isn't your weakness, it's your growth. In other words, imposter syndrome appears when you move to a new level. Not when you don't know anything, but on the contrary, when you've already grown, but your mind hasn't caught up with you yet. It's like your body is already in business, but your head is saying, I'm not ready yet. For example, let's take when I started consulting clients from America. It was honestly really scary for me, even though I had a huge amount of experience in international corporations. And at the agency, I had international clients and dozens of launches behind me. But this was a different country, a different language. And again, I was like, damn, what if I can't handle it? What helped me was focusing on the value I provide, not on judging myself. Yes, I realized what I could offer these clients and, so to speak, just went ahead and did it, got results, received positive feedback, and kept moving forward. But honestly, sometimes I still have those moments. Marina, what if something goes wrong? The second thing that's important to understand is that you are, of course, not required to be perfect. So, you really don't need to. Actually, I even worked through this issue with my psychologist. She said, Maria, what does perfection even mean? I said, well, that's what I'm striving for. She asked, is there really anything in this world that's perfect? And at that moment, it really hit me. I realized that, well, nothing is perfect. And so this kind of standard that always pulls at you, like that silly Instagram where everyone is so beautiful, slim, rich, and successful. And you look at it and think, oh my God. Sometimes people even laugh at me and say, wait, do you really feel that way too? And I say, yes, I also feel inadequate. Even though maybe someone looks at me and says, come on, she moved to America, she has her own agency, she's so cool. But no, very often you just sit there and think, damn, I'm somehow inadequate. Nothing is working out for me. I'm just plain stupid, good for nothing, and so on. So basically, everyone feels this way at every stage of their growth. The point is you just have to work on it. But how do you work on it? Do you work on it through awareness and understanding? Understanding what? That you don't have to be perfect, you have to be useful. And the client doesn't pay for your, brilliance. They pay for the path. And even if you've only walked part of that path, you can already guide someone else. For example, I have a client who's a nutritionist. She used to say, I'm not a doctor, who am I even? But she had 3 years of experience and in fact dozens of cases and satisfied clients. We simply rephrased her positioning and she calmly raised her rates by 2 times without any feeling that she was, deceiving anyone. Even though that's not the case at all. The third point is that the fear of selling is essentially the fear of being rejected. But in reality, you're not afraid of selling, you're afraid of the reaction. You're afraid people will say, it's too expensive. No, or who are you anyway? But that's normal too. Sales are a filter. Every no brings you closer to the next yes. And the more clearly you define who you help and how, the more yes you'll get and the less pain you'll feel. A phrase that helps is, I'm not imposing, I'm giving a chance. The decision is up to the client. I used to be like that too, like my consultation costs this much. What? That's so expensive. And I used to react the same way, even when I was selling them for just 5,000. I think, well, yeah, and I realized, okay, it just means they have a certain paradigm. So either they really can't afford it right now, or they simply don't need it at the moment, or it's just their paradigm. Like, how can I pay someone for some knowledge and so on? But I know my own worth. I know the value of my time and yes, the benefit I provide. And well, no, okay. I just stopped reacting to it and first and foremost, stopped blaming myself for it. Like, absolutely not. That's entirely your right. You're not obligated to sell to everyone. And most likely, it won't work out that way anyway. And that's just normal. So what am I trying to say? That imposter syndrome is absolutely not a sentence. It's your marker of growth and you are already more than you think you are. But until you see your own value, no one else will see it either. Sales are not about pushing something on people. It's about selling the chance for that very result in transformation. If you know how to help, you have the right to sell confidently, honestly, and of course, with dignity. If this episode resonated with you, leave a like, a comment, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. See you soon and goodbye.